Hey everyone, Ed from On My Turntable here. It is Saturday, August 10th on a beautiful Saturday morning here in New Haven, Connecticut. Looks to be a great weekend, which is nice. Wanted to put up a quick video and share some vinyl finds that I got in New York City, down in Generation Records, down in the Village. I saw some friends a couple weekends ago, and Generation Records is always a go-to place for me when I am in town. So I'm going to show some records, some you might have seen before with some recent contests and threads, and then I am out the door enjoying this weekend. So first up, Lynn Anderson, Greatest Hits. Rose Garden, of course, but a whole bunch of #1 country records on here. Lynn Anderson, fantastic. Not only a great country singer and performer, but also a champion equestrian rider, which is amazing. So a phenomenal career. Lynn Anderson right here. These are her greatest hits. And by the way, all the stuff that I'm showing, I got at Generation Records for under $10, except for the last one that I'm going to show. So I got some amazing deals there. Next up on the live front is Sleepy LaBeef right here with Nothing But the Truth. So Sleepy LaBeef, 50s performer in the same vein of Elvis, Carl Perkins, all of that, but definitely flew under the radar and didn't get all that success at the time. But definitely was a great performer and got a big revival in the UK in the late 70s. Peter Glarnick, if I say his name correctly, I tend to mess that up. A great rock historian. He does the great essay on here for this release. This was recorded in 1985 at Harper's Ferry in Massachusetts. A great barn burner, live stomping record. Original stuff, covers, Bo Diddley and, Hank Williams and all of that stuff, Johnny Cash, but just a phenomenal record. And actually, I found out about Sleepy LaBeef from Peter Guralnick's book, Lost Highway, which is a bunch of essays of his of these performers from that time period, from around the late 40s and into the 50s. And actually, here's a picture of Sleepy LaBeef, young and in his prime, right there in his 20s. So this is where I heard about it for the first time. I read the essay and I found it out there, so I picked it up. Great stuff. Next up on the live front to keep that going is Commander Cody and his Lost Planet Airmen. So this was recorded live at the Armadillo Award headquarters in Texas in 1973. So once again, Commander Cody tend to be written off as a one-hit wonder with their cover of Hot Rod Lincoln, but a band you have to listen to live to fully appreciate their performance and what they can bring to an audience. So this is a really, really tremendous record. Track list is there. You've got some originals, you've got some covers, as you can see. If you've not listened to Commander Cody or really given him a fair shake, definitely check out this record. Really cheap to get. Live LP from 1973. Really, really good stuff. And the last live LP that I got, I'm a big fan also, is Dan Hicks and his Hot Licks right here. So this is Where's the Money from 1971, recorded at the Troubadour in Hollywood, California. There's our track listing right there. So Dan Hicks is it's very unique kind of music. It's Americana, it's hillbilly, it's folk, mountain music, just a whole mixture of all of those styles. It's all fiddle and double bass and light percussion and violin and guitar. Really, really great. We have a gatefold here. So here's the lyrics on one side and a picture of the band again right there with a little gorilla mask on Dan Hicks right there. So all his stuff is great. I really enjoy it. Really affordable to get. But if you want to, once again, get the true experience, get this live record when they were young and in their prime. This is great stuff. Dan Hicks and his Hot Licks and Where's the Money. So one of the things I really enjoyed about the VC and being part of this community since the beginning of the year is not only am I connecting with individuals out there who have the same musical tastes as I have, the same wheelhouse, if you will, and that's great. But it's also brought to light some artists out there who I've known about, but I've never really thought about picking up their stuff before. I know who they are. They have a lot of respect, and I certainly, they're fine. But I've never really had the drive or the impetus to pick up any of their stuff, to own it, and really, listen to it. And so I want to give a shout out to a couple of VC members who I've listened to. These are artists that they love, who have kind of brought me back into that fold to discover them either anew or to rediscover them again. So I'll start off with Steve over at All the World's a Stage. And I know Steve's a huge fan of Ian Hunter, so I picked myself up a copy right here, right? So You're Never Alone If You're With a Schizophrenic, right? From 1979, I believe, right, Steve? 1979. Wow, man. You were right. What a great record. Ian Hunter, of course I know Ian Hunter. Mott the Hoople, All the Young Dudes, all of that stuff. And that was enough for me for a long, long time. But man, this is really, really a phenomenal record. So I'm really glad that I picked this up. So half the E Street Band is on here. Ellen Foley is doing backup vocals, I should say. Mick Ronson's producing. The first side is really great. It's all great, but that first side, especially that closing track, When the Daylight Comes, I play that over and over again. So Steve, really great call, and thanks for turning me on to something I never would have thought of buying, before. So this is really, really tremendous. Ian Hunter right here. You're never alone with a schizophrenic. Also, that Steve band that he really loves, once again, I knew the history, never thought to get anything, was Humble Pie. So this is Humble Pie Smokin' from 1972, the first LP that they released with Steve Marriott as basically the leader at this point. Peter Frampton had just left. And man, I gotta tell you, I think the Black Crowes were studying this record like a thesis. This is really, really great. I really enjoy this more than I thought I would. I picked it up, it was a deal. I got it on the classic A&M Brown label, which I love. And, you know, once again, Steve, really, really great. I know you're a big fan of this band. You've given a great discography and history of them with what you have. So I picked up a good one. I'm pretty sure that I did. And I'm really liking this as well. So excellent. And going back and rediscovering artists again, so this is a shout out over to Mike over at MGK Boston. I'm a big jazz fan, and so a vocalist that I had listened to for many years that kind of fell off the radar was Nancy Wilson, but you've been showing her a lot and playing her a lot. So I picked myself up some Nancy Wilson, which I hadn't listened to in a long, long time. So I have some stuff on CD and compilations, but to start buying her on vinyl again is something I'm looking forward to doing. So this is Nancy from 1969. Really, really great stuff, Mike. So I'm sure you probably have this one already. I've been playing this quite a bit. So once again, just, you know, part of this community is just listening to folks and what they're into and kind of saying, yeah, you know, maybe I'll give them a shot. I heard about them, or I'll go back and revisit that again, remember why I like it. So that's been a great reason to be part of the VC as well. One of the nice side effects, if you will. All right, and to close it out, I got 3 LPs left. I got myself some Major Lands and Major's Greatest Hits. Man, this is so, so great. Monkey Time, all of this stuff. And really, this is not only the genius of Major Lands, but it's also the genius of Curtis Mayfield, who wrote and produced pretty much all of these tracks. This is on the classic Purple OK label. It actually plays really, really well. I got this for $10 at Generation Records. Great stuff. Condensed to every single track on here. Absolutely phenomenal. So get yourself some Major Lands if you don't have any. Getting back into 12 inches again, I'm a big fan of Neneh Cherry. So this is, I got a nice sealed pressing of Kisses on the Wind, which is really great. And each side is like almost a half an hour long for a 12 inch. So there's a lot of great mixes on here, dub versions, etc. Phenomenal. Kisses on the Wind, Neneh Cherry. And the last LP that I got, this was the most expensive. Paid $20 for this, but it was so worth it to me, and I still think it was a deal. This is a 2009 reissue of Ann Peebles' I Can't Stand the Rain, which came out on High in 1974. And once again, I've had this on CD for many, many years, but I really wanted to get this a nice vinyl pressing of it, and it just flows so great. It's just that great, seamless and effortless Willie Mitchell production with the house band over at High. Great songs all the way around. I'm going to tear your playhouse down. I Can't Stand the Rain. All the classics are here. Until You Came Into My Life. It's just really a phenomenal record. And this is a 2009 reissue on Fat Possum. So this was really great to get used and still holding up really, really well and plays nice. And that's it. That's all I had. That's all I wanted to show. I hope you folks out there feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I've been having fun with some contests and threads as well. All good stuff. And I'm looking forward to getting cleaned up and getting outside and enjoying my weekend because the summers go by too quick. So with that, everybody have a good one. Have a good day. Have a good night wherever you are. And as I like to say as I go through this exercise, no matter where you are, let's all take a moment, certainly with everything going on these days, and let's just be kind to one another. Thanks, folks. Until next time.